have to stay tuned in the show today. I cannot tell you what I can see behind this camera in our newsroom that I've never seen at the station before.
Oh, I've seen it.
You've seen
I've seen it, you
the
guys.
biggest colon, inflatable colon, I think, in town.
It's so cool.
Maybe in the state.
Maybe in the world.
It's Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and so we are lucky enough to have the biggest colon.
It's like a movie, like the colon invades our newsroom.
If there's breaking news, you have to run through that to get to the fire.
You do.
Yeah, you have to go through the colon and then out to the photographer and
well,
go.
When I came in this morning, I thought it was a moon bounce. That's what I really thought it was.
Right? Well, I'm gonna take you guys on a tour later through the colon to educate you guys on what's going on in the colon.
And why you should be thinking about colon health. I love that you're talking about that and that you talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right, you guys, we are inside the colon, and it's funny and cool and it's fun to joke around about. This is actually a very, very important issue that we're going to talk about. March is Colon Cancer Awareness Month, and I am here with Dr. Holly Clark, and you are from where?
Utah Gastroenterology.
And you've been doing this for 10 years?
I have, about 12 years.
12 years. Impressive. Okay, so as we walk through the colon, I think it's important that we talk about polyps. What they are and what they turn into.
Absolutely.
And there's nothing better than this huge visual in the colon.
So this right here is a polyp, and this is what we're looking for during a colonoscopy. These are growths inside the lining of the colon, and most, but not all polyps are precancerous lesions. So this is the whole point of screening. We want to find these things at the polyp stage and remove them before they have a chance to grow into anything like cancer.
Right. Okay, so now when you say a screening is a colonoscopy, right?
Correct. Yeah. So screening is the process of looking for cancer or precancer in a person who has no symptoms. And the major way to screen for colon cancer is through a colonoscopy.
Now, there's other options, right?
There are other options, but colonoscopy is the best because not only can we find these polyps, but we can remove them. If you are testing your stool, say, for microscopic blood, and that's positive, that result would still need to be followed with a colonoscopy so that we could find the polyps and remove them and prevent the cancer by doing so.
So I got a colonoscopy at 32, 2 years ago, and had precancerous polyps. So now, if I wouldn't have had that checked out and removed, they would have eventually turned in to something else.
We know that polyps can grow into cancer, but like I said, not all polyps grow into cancer, but we know all cancer starts as a polyp, if that makes sense. Yeah. So you just don't know. It's not like we leave these things in the colon and watch and see which ones grow into cancer and which don't. We get rid of them and prevent cancer at that site in the colon.
Love it. Okay, so I just wanted to show this visual.
This is the polyp, which can grow into a higher grade polyp, a malignant polyp, which eventually can lead to colon cancer, advanced colon cancer over here. And that, of course, is what you don't want.
Right. So what is the process of a colonoscopy like? Tell us. I mean, it's a little messy the night before, but it's the most important part, cleaning. You're cleaning out the colon so you guys can actually see what's in it.
The prep is definitely the worst. As I tell my patients, there's absolutely no way we can purge your colon of stool in a 12-hour period and have that be a pleasant process.
Right.
It just doesn't happen. So when my patients come in for their colonoscopy and they're on the bed, we're ready to begin, I say, you know what, you've made it this far, you've been through the worst part, this part's easy. Just relax, take a nap, let us do the work, we'll wake you up when it's over. It's painless.
It really is, actually.
You know.
Yeah, I know, been there, done that. So what are the statistics right now with colon cancer?
Well, this is really fantastic, I think. As I said, I've been in gastroenterology for a little over a decade, and when I would give these talks about 10 years ago, I threw out the number 1 in 13 people will get colon cancer. You know what it is now? 1 in 20. We're changing the incidence of colon cancer through screening, which is just fantastic.
That's so amazing, and I do think it's just awareness and people just realizing that it's really not something to be embarrassed about. It's not something that, it's the most important thing you can do. It's one of the most preventable cancers as long as you get your screening. So when should you get a screening?
At age 50, men and women. That's another point I wanted to make. For years, colon cancer was thought of as a man's disease, and that's not the case. 1 in 20 men will get colon cancer, but 1 in 21 women will. So the incidence is essentially the same.
Okay, so but if you have colon cancer that's run in your family, you should go at an earlier age, right?
Yes. If you have a family history of colon cancer, you should begin screening earlier, or even a family history of precancerous polyps, you should begin screening earlier. And certainly if you have symptoms such as bleeding or a sudden change in bowel habits.
How do people get a hold of you and just make an appointment and do it? For anyone who's just watching and you've been thinking about it, pick up the phone and just call. It honestly, it could save your life. I'm very passionate about this, obviously. But how do people get a hold of you?
UtahGastro.com.
Easy as that.
Yes.
Okay, so you guys are going to be at the expo this weekend. What
Yes.
are you going to be doing?
Well, we will have our colon at the Healthy Lifestyles and Gluten-Free Expo. That's today and tomorrow from 12 to 7 at Southtown Expo Center. My partner, Dr. Krishnamurthy, will be talking about colon cancer tomorrow at 2:30, and I'll be talking about a very popular colon-related topic, IBS, at 5 today.
Oh, that's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Good job.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for all the information. Thank you
Thanks
for
for
bringing
having us.
the colon to us. We appreciate it.